Hello, I'm Christopher Williams, everybody's motivator, and I'm back here with you again for True You University, where we're talking about things to help you live an exceptional life. Now, we started last week in the program talking about how to discover your gifts and your talents. I gave you two key things last week. Number one, the first one being we can understand and discover our gifts and talents by finding our yearnings, the thing that rises up on the inside of us that allows us to see ourselves doing something and doing it well before we even do it. That's called a yearning. If we pay attention to those, we find ourselves on track to understanding our gifts and talents. The second thing that we talked about was satisfaction. That thing that you get involved in, that thing that you love, that brings a smile to your face, that makes you feel all warm on the inside, is satisfaction. Whatever you're doing, when you experience that satisfaction and it's experienced on a recurring basis, that could be a great indicator that it's something working on the inside of you that could most likely be a gift or a talent, one thing that could shine in you that helps you in your life. I've heard stories about people who were at a job, and maybe in that job they were called in a meeting to present an idea or to create some type of publication, and they enjoyed it so much, the process. They enjoyed it so much that they kept doing it, and then they left that company or they were promoted in that company for the excellence that they showed in that project that they were working on. That's satisfaction. Well, today I'm going to give you two more tips on what you need to do or things to look at to understand your gift and your talent. Now, remember this, finding your gift and your talent could be very important to you as it pertains to you living a prosperous life. I told you last week how I did the presentation for the students on the college campus, and I found that giving presentations, standing up in front of people, and the response that they gave me back from giving them a presentation really hit a chord with me, and I found myself moving into that lane for my particular circumstance of my life. And the same thing can happen for you. But these last two tips that I'm going to give you today could really help you also on your journey to finding your gift and your talent. Now, the first one that I'm going to let you know about today is called rapid learning. That means swift learning or quick learning, or that you get into something and maybe you had no idea about this particular exercise or particular skill, but when you got involved in it, you picked it up just like that. I mean, it was like you had been doing it for years and you became very proficient at it. I've understood over the past years in my life that those things that you have this quickness about grabbing and embracing and bringing into yourself, those things could stand out as big beacons and saying, hey, I'm your gift. Hey, you may enjoy doing this. I've always experienced those things in my life, and it's a pretty good sign that something is working in your life that could be considered your gift or your talent when you learn it really fast. You know, that could be a gift by itself. You know, most people are in organizations or jobs or whatever they do, and they just pick up on software, they pick up on lessons and instructions really fast. And then they're able to pass that information on to someone else as a learning experience. That could be your gift also. But apart from identifying that as a particular gift, I know that rapid learning, picking up something really fast, could help identify some things that are really important in your life as gifts or talents. And the last one that we're going to talk about today is something that you do very perfect. I mean, it's almost like brilliant performance. If you find yourself doing something and you move into it and you say, wow, I've done that without flaw, without hesitation, without any kinks. Or if someone comes to you and say, hey, you know, you do that deal, whatever it is, you speak or you write or you draw, or you fix cars, you know, you do that thing that everybody comes to you and they want you to do it because you do it so well. Hey, you need to pay attention to that, because that could be the thing, the very thing that rises up in your life that brings you great wealth, great peace, and prosperity. Hey, you know, it happened like me. I like to always give myself an example because I know me best. Same thing happened to me. After that presentation, there were many people coming up to me and say, hey, are you a speaker? Do you do this for a living? And at that time I said no, but they said, wow, you do it really well. Have you had any training or anything? I said, no, I hadn't trained. I hadn't been coached in this. And, you know, it really hit me that, you know, I'm really good at this, almost brilliant. Not perfect, but I do it really well. And with a little coaching and with some learning and some lessons, I can become really great at this. And that's what I've done for my life. But if it starts off as something that people say, hey, you do this well, or even if you know and realize that there is something that you do really well and you want to continue on that track, that can be the sign, one of the things that you may notice as standing out in you as a gift or talent that could change your life. Well, these tips are just tips. Now, I know there are other things that you could do to really enhance or bring out that thing that's special on the inside of you, but these are some tips for you to get started to identify those gifts. Hey, I love doing this, and I'm going to be coming back to you with more tips on how to live exceptional. Again, I'm Chris Williams, everybody's motivator, saying thank you, and you have a wonderful day.